Hey, hello everybody, welcome to the sound test stream. Today we are taking a look at iBassist. Just had a fantastic and big update. So I'm going to do a couple of videos. This first video will be showing you how to use the new MIDI chord features. So if we look at our progression here, we see we've got an E minor and a B minor. That's it. We've only got two chords. That's fine. That's all we need for this. Okay, so if we go back to our bass line and just play this. You'll hear we've got some drums going, and I'm using Funk Drummer here. And you'll see also that there's a little iBassist icon there. So if we go into our MIDI settings here, and we go up these like this, I want to be sending MIDI in and out from iBassist. And for the next tutorial I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to set up the live pads and stuff. And to do that initially, you want to be setting this MIDI channel up here to 1. Initially, it will be set on 10 or 11, but just set that back to 1. But that's for the live pads, okay? So we don't need to worry about that for this. Okay, so let's go back here. Everything is link enabled. So everything that you use, just make sure it's link enabled. Now, I'm using this in AUM because I can, but you don't need to, okay? You can set it up independently of anything. I'm using BS16 to show some of the routing capabilities of the chords now. So the things to remember, if we go into our settings here, our MIDI settings, little MIDI icon, you'll see this page. Here where it says MIDI out, this is the first one. It says is send notes, channel 3. This is for the bass line, okay? Nothing else, not the chord, nothing else, just the bass line. So this will send MIDI out so you could play along with the bass line. I'll show you that as well. Then there's 2 independent chord channels now, which is very, very, very clever because it allows you to play. It sends chords, the same chords as in your sequence, to whatever app you like. In this instance, I'm using BS16 because it's just easier to show you what I mean. So the things to remember here are channel 3, channel 2, and channel 4. Okay, that's important. So if we go back to AUM here, you'll see that on BS16, when you put one in, okay, you'll see it's routed to iBassist. And if you go down here to where it says channel filter, when you first load it up into AUM, it will be like this. So you want to select none and then select the channel that corresponds with the channel inside iBassist that you want to send notes to. So I want to send channel 3's notes, which is the bass line, to channel 3 of BS16. And if you go into BS16 here, you'll see, well, no, you won't. Hang on a sec. If you go into BS16, let's close that and go to, here we go, Chorus Tine EP here. That's the sound that we're going to be using to receive from channel 3. Okay, so you don't need to see like the mixer or anything because you're using only one channel per input in AUM. Okay, so channel 3 is the Chorus Tiny P. That's where you just select the instrument you want, and I've got Chorus Tiny P, which is going to play along with the bass line. So we can do that now if I press play again. Here we go, and I fade up the fader. So it could be any sound you like. Okay, now if we go into our MIDI settings again, you'll see send chords channel 2. Okay, and I've got it set on chord, beats, and sub. This is going to make sense in a minute when I start to change this around. Okay, so if we go back to AUM, let me just stop that again. If we go back to AUM now and we look at this one here, you will see that I've got this set to channel 2. So the MIDI filter for channel 3. So this is only going to receive, this instance of BS16 AUM is only going to receive information from MIDI channel 2 from iBassist. And also you must remember as well to select iBassist in your MIDI destination bits here. Okay, so you know where it's coming from. So let's start iBassist off again and bring that up. Okay. Okay. So there's just the bass line again. So same thing again, if we look in our MIDI settings here, this is channel 4. So we're going to be sending the information for this chord to iBassist, and we're going to have iBassist set to receive on channel 4. So let's go back to AUM again and go along here. So if I go in here now, you'll see that this is set to channel 4. So same procedure as before. Make sure you do select none and then select the channel you want BS16 to receive MIDI from. Okay. And then on this last one here, I've also got this set to channel 3. Okay. Which is like a muted guitar. We could do a... We're going to do that, and I've got some I think I've got some reverb and stuff on it. Where's my effects? Put a bit of delay on it as well. So that's going to track along with the... If I bring this up now, and then our third chord, our second chord, sorry, is a brass section. Choose the velocity. And with the lead line, you can see that we could set them to play fifths. Now let's look at the make drums. So whatever drum machine you want to use, whatever of Louis, the Lumbie's drum machines you want to use, has this feature now where it will intermesh with iBassist, if you like, and it'll be locked in. Now I'm going to cover live pads because live pads deserves another tutorial on its own, because otherwise this is all going to get too confusing and stuff like this. But you know, I really ought to turn notifications off. Right, so let's do this. let's do make drums, and we can make new drums all the time. So choose the drummer, which is funk drummer. Let's do another. Pick a more interesting bass line. If that happens with VS16, just find the channel that's doing it and reset the general MIDI. It'll be fine. You just sometimes get MIDI hung notes and stuff, and just find a MIDI reset. So anyway, if all that looked a bit too confusing, okay, so what we'll do is we'll clear that session. I have it saved, and we shall close it out, all of it like that. And I'll do this. Okay, so open iBassist. Okay, and we'll choose, let's choose rock, this one, and this one. Let's see what the progression looks like for that. And let's have a play. Okay, we'll leave it at that for that. Okay, so, and then what we'll do is we shall open Future Drummer. Okay, now make sure, like I said, you've got to make sure that link is enabled for this stuff. Okay, otherwise you're gonna, it's not all gonna sync together and things like that. So all you need to do is on all of these is make sure link is switched on. Okay, it's gonna make more sense. Also need to make sure that your MIDI in and out is going. So what I've done there is in the settings, make sure that the channel is set to channel 3. But if I wanted it to be playing the chords, on channel 4, and other chords were set on what channel 2. What I'm going to do in the next video is show you how to set up the live pads, and so that you can change every time you press a live pad, it'll change the live pad setting on like the other drum machines and stuff like that. or whatever you've got. So and it'll also change the chords and stuff. But like I said, it's a video on its own, and it's, it's going to make more sense if we do it like that. So I hope you kind of understood that and could follow along. It's pretty straightforward. The thing to remember is your channel. So you can set these channels to anything you want. They don't have to be 3, 2, or 4. They could be, 4, 5, and 6. It doesn't really matter as long as you remember that if you want to send these notes to another synth, you need to set the synth MIDI in to receive from channel 3, channel 2, like we did with synth 1, just with the chords and the lines and that. So remember, it's probably easier to stop the thing because otherwise you do tend to get hung notes here and there. Right, anyway, listen, guys, I hope you just enjoyed that. I think it's epic. iBassist is very cool. Also, as well, please remember that you can make your own chords, your own progressions. You don't have to use these ones. You can make all new ones. You can add chords, you can take chords away, look. If you want to extend a chord, you just hold it at the end and drag it out like this. And it will always tell you the total length of your whole progression before it will loop around again. But when we get into, I'll go into this in more detail when we do the actual, you can, wait a minute, what am I doing now? You can, what's it as well, look, see? You can randomize and you can add chords in here and there, whatever you like. And then you can extend those chords as you wish. So you just got to remember that I'm getting into doing the chord changes and stuff now. You just got to remember to use this like this, and the variation between the chords is fantastic. So you can, like you heard, you can have 2 different chords playing 2 completely different things, random velocity, different velocities. You can change the octave up and down, all from within iBassist. You don't have to actually leave this section to do some cool jamming. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, consider becoming a Patreon, please, and I will see you guys later. Oh yes, iBassist.